One of the questions that I get as a Christian chiropractor that's really hard to answer is, why do bad things happen to good people? Well, the answer is complicated. But first, remember that God is sovereign, and no matter what, God's plans are good. But here's my understanding of why bad things happen. First, God gave us freedom of choice, which means that other people can hurt you and you can hurt other people because God can't interfere with your choices, and He can't interfere as to the outcome of those choices. Consequences, whether good or bad, will happen regardless of those choices. Sometimes there's what I call generational consequences. So families might be involved in things that they really shouldn't be. Some of those generational consequences can come from cults, others can come from being involved in other types of spiritual things that God doesn't necessarily agree with. And the Bible explains that a generational curse can go up to 3 generations. So sometimes it could be a generational consequence. Other times when we're looking at it, it's like, well, this person, they're a good person and they've never had any history of generational trauma. Why would something bad like cancer or car accident or something like that happen to them? Well, that's a great question. We also know that just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that you'll get out of this life unscathed. The Bible actually does guarantee that we will have our trials and tribulations as we go through things. So just remember again that God is sovereign, that He loves you, and He's there to protect you, even if the consequences are not exactly what you wanted in a bad situation. Another idea to think about as far as why bad things happen is we have an adversary. His name is Satan. He loves to lie and create destruction and chaos. And yes, he has been involved for many thousands of years in creating chaos and trouble. And so your adversary actually probably doesn't want you to be in a good situation either. But again, that doesn't mean that God isn't with you through the situation. That doesn't mean that there isn't still hope. There doesn't mean that the peace of Christ that transcends all understanding isn't with you. So those things are true. We have to hold on to the truth of God in tough times. The truth is that you are loved by God. You are a child of His, and you are a co-heir to His throne. Another truth is that you are worthy. Another truth is that no matter what, God has forgiven you because He sent Jesus, His only Son, to die on the cross for you. So even if your bad choices hurt somebody else or their bad choices hurt you, God still forgives you and them. And so you also have to learn that forgiveness and the love that Jesus teaches us as well. So just because bad things happen doesn't mean that God isn't sovereign. So remember, God is sovereign.